Welcome. It's great to have everybody here. I want to say thanks to everybody who had a hand in putting this on, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But I just want to let you know, in this portion of the program, there will be a test after this is over, and it's all on you. So here's the first question. What would I be willing to change or do or become if I could see remarkable results for me? So what I have to say today is not really all that important. However, what you think or how you feel or how you respond to what I have to say today could be ultimately important for you in your life, for you in your business going forward. So don't write down what I have to say. Don't take notes about me, but take notes about what you think as a result of what you hear. Because I'm going to give you this. This is free. And I'll talk about that later. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is a powerful question that changed me several times over. In 1994, there was a meeting pretty similar to this. All the brain trust of Disney was there. And they were talking about what's next, what's going forward. Now, they weren't coming out of a pandemic, but they were looking to do something cool and big. That's what Disney does, right? So they're sitting around the table, what's next? And some guy raises his hand and he says, I got a great idea. How about we take The Lion King kids movie and turn it into a Broadway play? We'll spend millions of dollars, take a kid's cartoon, put it on Broadway. What do you think? Now, because we have the benefit of hindsight, could you just put yourself in that room in 1994? Would you suppose that idea could have been met with just a bit of resistance? This means yes, you can do it. You know it. I mean, we're all smarter now because we know what happened. So not only did Lion King, the idea get floated in that room, but somebody was so bold as to stand up and say, that is the worst, quote, idea in the world. Isn't it great when you can just say what you think? Fast forward 3 years. Not only does Lion King become a Broadway play, it wins 6 of the 11 Tony Awards it's nominated for. And today, it is the single highest grossing play ever on Broadway. Not too bad for the worst idea in the world. So here's my message to you. In the beginning of new information and new ideas, you may want to pull the trigger and say, that won't work. That's not good for me. I can't do that. That'll never happen. I'm going to encourage you when you're presented with new information and new ideas, just like you could be today. Capture now. Decide later. Because there's plenty of time to decide whether or not something is a good idea for you and your business, for you and your life. Because had they decided too soon, in 1994, we'd have been robbed of one of the most amazing entrepreneurial stories in history. And that's what I'm always looking for. The next most amazing entrepreneurial small business story in history. And fortunately for me, I've got a lot of evidence that says what I'm about to tell you works, and it works big. And if you care to read about it, maybe a couple of you at least, you can go to michaelyork.com, where other people have said, we did this, we listened to Michael, here's what happened. I mean, it's not Lion King stuff, but it's big, it's radical, it's dynamic. It's transcending the usual or the normal. I'm not a big fan of the usual or the normal. I'm a big fan of business as unusual, and that's where we're living today. As humbly as I can tell you, by way of introduction, I've spoken to over 1,000 audiences. And it has been my great pleasure because I've met some amazing individuals. So that's my commitment in being here today, is to give you something, maybe just one thing that you can take back, invest it into your business, invest it into the marketplace, and have something amazing and remarkable happen for you. And the cool thing is, revelation is better than speculation. A lot of people are going to speculate, that'll never work. Or speculate, here's what's going to happen next. With all due respect to all the experts and the economists, I'm going to show you why that's not always where we should land. Confirmation comes from all across the marketplace, and what I'm looking for is the evidence. but I'm also looking in the early stages for the commitment of an entrepreneur to go make it happen. Because there's nothing sexy about that. When Lion King's winning all those Tony Awards, that's awesome, right? When they're raking it in off Broadway, that's cool. But in that meeting in 1994, somebody had to be bold enough to say, no, we're going to do this. Or it would have never happened. I believe something big is coming. We know change is part of it, right? But the cool thing is, I've been saying since 1996, when I first read Seth Godin saying, change, learning, and leadership are the big three of what he called then the new economy, what I call the now economy. So I'm all about now, right? I want to, as Mr. Rohn said to me once upon a time, I want to take all the stuff that I've learned, and I've tried to be a good student, not a guru or an expert or a know-it-all or a sales trainer. Though I was a director of sales for 10 years, I've worked with a lot of selling organizations. I love talking about selling. But I want to be able to take all that I've learned and invest it into the next thing and see where we can go, see what we can do, what could happen, what could we become, how remarkable would people say it is. Change, learning, and leadership. If you only focused on three things going forward, you could do a lot worse than those three. I want to share with you guys, one of the things that I see in the marketplace is trying to figure out why most business people play the game without a coach. I've had coaches my entire life, including my selling career and now for the last 20 years in my own business. And working without a coach. Find a coach, someone, somewhere, plug into somebody, find somebody that you can talk to about your business and get new ideas from them, because that matters. Thank you for being here. Thanks to all the individuals and the groups who created the value. It's been my great pleasure to be with you guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you, brother.